Hi, my name is Rachel and I'm here today to show you through the menstrual cycle. We're going to go through 6 pictures that will simply explain how amazing our body is. In this first shot, you'll see this is the uterus and it's like a selfie, bang on. This is what's happening right here. And what you're seeing is the first day of menstruation. You'll see that there's a heavy layer of lining that would have kept a baby if you were pregnant. And the body signals itself so that the blood can be cleansed, the tissue can be cleansed, the whole uterus inside is going to be renewed month after month. And this is what you experience during your period. This part can last between 2 to 5 days. Some women have a longer one, some have a shorter period, some have a heavy period, some have much lighter, and it can be heavy on one day and it can peter out and be lighter. But in the end, the body is amazingly clearing itself of the old layer so that a new lining can be formed. Look at the difference after your period. See how there's no more lining left. The body is going to replenish it and make more. So around day 7, what is happening that is so exciting is the ovaries, this is where the eggs are, and one egg, sometimes 2, but usually 1, is going to develop. And from all of those eggs, 1 is going to develop more into a mature egg. Here you can see that egg now has a sac of fluid around it, and it's going to move toward the edge of the ovary in preparation for ovulation. This process from developing to just an egg to a developed egg is between day 7 and 14 of your menstrual cycle. Behind me, you'll kind of see it as a circle, and we're going through each of these pictures one by one. This is at the top of your period. This one is about halfway through your entire cycle. So as you begin to mark your cycle, you'll begin to understand what's going on inside your body. Around day 14, the egg is released from the ovary, and you'll kind of see it's like a water balloon. It's basically bursting and it's pushing or propulsing that egg up into the tube. It is an incredible thing that is occurring. Now, the interesting fact about eggs is that once it has left the ovary and is in the tube, it will be viable, or it will be alive for 24 hours. After that, the cells will break down and everything will dissolve, and it will signal to the body to start the menstrual cycle over again. But if the woman has had relations with a man and there is sperm here in the tube, that is when conception can happen. So the window of the egg releasing until it is not viable anymore is only 24 hours. But be careful, because the sperm, the part from the man, it can be alive and active for 7 days. So it could be waiting for that egg. And so as women, we need to know that we have to be mindful even 7 days before we ovulate, because if we do or do not want a pregnancy, we need to be mindful that sperm can last 7 days. If no conception has happened here, again, the egg will dissolve and the body will continue the cycle month after month, preparing for the chance that there is a pregnancy. Now, if you look back in terms of looking at that lining, this is right after the period is done. And you can see the lining is slowly building up and building up. And when we're fertile, during that 24-hour period, the uterus, the lining is at its prime. It is perfect to house a baby, a human for life that is a miracle of life. And so the whole body does this cycle every month in case that life is to be sponsored and held in our wombs. At about day 25, if there is no pregnancy that has taken place, the body will signal to the brain to release other hormones that basically allow the body to say it's time to clean house. It is time to renew this lining again for next month. And so it will release the chemicals so that our bodies will clean our womb and be ready for the next cycle of menstruation. The amazing thing about our body is that this lining, it's not diseased. It's not something shameful. It's amazing. It's full of nutrients. It's full of everything that would be needed to host a human life. And so when we menstruate it, it's not something to be feared. It's not something to be shamed. It's something to be proud of, that this is part of us as women being able to hold and carry a child. One of the other interesting facts about this amazing organ that allows us to be mothers is that it's one of the body's strongest muscles. It's one of the body's strongest muscles. And what is incredible is that it can expand to hold that baby, to hold an 8-kilogram baby, to stretch that far, and then when we give birth, to go back. And so the only other muscle in our entire body that rivals its strength is our jaw. And we as women hold one of the strongest muscles in the body. When you feel cramps during your period, it is because the muscle is contracting to cleanse itself of this lining. We'll have in another video explaining what are some of the tips that you can do to feel more comfortable during your period. Thank you.